Well, tonight we have a clearer idea of how the New York City public school system might function this fall. 74% of parents have chosen blended learning for their kids. That's a combination of in-person and remote classes. 15% of teachers want only remote classes, which they can teach from home. But clouding the picture, Governor Andrew Cuomo says over 100 school districts have not yet submitted their plans for in-person learning. Plans due this week. More than a quarter of the tardy districts are in our area. News 4's Andrew Siff is live on the Lower East Side right now with the reaction from parents tonight. Andrew?
That's right, Chuck. You can certainly call that an incomplete. Well, New York City insists it's ready to open almost all of its 1,800 school buildings. More on that in a moment. As you indicated, the governor took issue with more than 100 school districts that have yet to submit their safety plan for reopening. Thousands of schools across the state are supposed to open 1 month from today. But the governor revealed this list: 107 school districts, 28 of them on Long Island. They still haven't properly applied to reopen.
If they don't submit a plan by this Friday, they can't open.
That deadline stunned some Mineola parents.
I thought they had the plan all set.
While in New York City, Mayor Bill de Blasio made it seem like his district, the nation's largest, is all set.
It's official. The state of New York has cleared New York City public schools to start in September.
Governor Cuomo said the city hasn't gotten required input from parents.
I believe it's going to cause them to revise their plans. Because I think a lot of these school districts, when the parents hear the plan, they're going to say, I'm unsatisfied.
Miriam Diaz decided to keep grandson Gabriel home this year, worried in-person learning, even in second grade, is too risky.
They're not going to leave their mask on all day at school. They're not going to do that, especially my grandson.
The city claims most families made a different decision, that 74% of public school kids are opting for blended learning. That means up to 700,000 kids in school a couple of days per week, with 85% of teachers on board. But the education department later clarified most families didn't fill out the survey at all. City Councilman Mark Traeger is chairman of the Education Committee and a former teacher.
I don't believe schools are ready to physically reopen early September, and I've been very clear on that. Schools do not have enough money, don't have enough time, and don't have enough space to operationalize safety plans.
As for the 100-plus school districts that missed the deadline, there may have been some confusion about how to apply. According to the governor's office, schools may have just assumed you do it through the state education department. Turns out you had to do it through a portal through the state health department. They have till Friday to fix that discrepancy. Live on the Lower East Side, Andrew Siff, News 4 New York.
All right, Andrew, thank you.
It looks like they're just about going to be topping records, hopefully soon. Excuse me?
All right, this just coming in, apparently just moments ago, the president's briefing came to an abrupt end because of an apparent shooting outside of the White House. Again, this information I'm just seeing just coming in. Law enforcement officials say a Secret Service officer fired at someone in Lafayette Park. But at this point, they are not saying why. It is unclear what led to the shooting, but apparently the all clear was given, and the president has just returned to the briefing room. So we will get more info on this and keep you posted.
Natalie, the host of a giant house party in New Jersey, has been arrested. About 300 people jammed into the pop-up party in Howell Township on Sunday. Police say the bash was so big they needed help from departments from 5 neighboring towns. They also say the guests were charged up to $650 at the door to gain admission to that party. The host is now charged with violating the state's executive order on indoor gatherings, which are limited to no more than 25 people.